Hello, and welcome to another episode of County Perspective. In this show, we focus on Frederick County government, local programs and events, and a community that you live in. I'm your host, Brandon Rosa, and thank you all for joining us today. Now, we have a lot of exciting things to cover in today's episode, so it's time to kick off the show with our top news stories. Frederick County's Mobile Crisis Services program has saved lives by preventing suicide and connecting people in crisis to treatment and services. During fiscal year 2022, the first full year of operation, the program has assisted 1,059 individuals, including over 400 assessments and interventions. The Mobile Crisis Service team brings social workers, counselors, and other specialists to people who are experiencing a crisis, such as substance abuse, homelessness, or mental health concerns. Because of the program's early success, Executive Gardner included an additional $756,000 in her fiscal year 23 budget to expand mobile crisis service in order to better serve rural areas of Frederick County. If you or someone you know is experiencing a crisis, call 211. For more information about addiction treatment and recovery services available through the Frederick County Health Department, visit health.frederickcountymd.gov. Call 301-600-1755 or email bhs@frederickcountymd.gov. Frederick County has been awarded a grant of $8.5 million from the Federal Emergency Management Administration to hire 32 additional uniformed firefighters in the Division of Fire and Rescue Services. The grant is the largest awarded to a Maryland fire service to date this year. The new positions will allow Frederick County to make significant progress towards staffing engine and ladder trucks with 4-person crews. When the new positions are filled, the Division of Fire and Rescue Service will have 572 operational career firefighters. The Frederick County Office of Economic Development and Agricultural Business Council, in conjunction with the Great Frederick Fair and the Ag Education PR Committee, selects one Frederick County farm annually as a Farm Family of the Year. The award recognizes outstanding agricultural achievement and proficiency of production, agricultural and civic organizational involvement, as well as conservation and preservation of soil, water, and energy.
So agriculture, you have ups and downs, but it's important to celebrate the good work that farmers do in our community. It's always a positive light for farmers every year. People look forward to hearing who the Farm Family of the Year is. They're always asking questions on who's the winner this year, but we try to keep it a suspense till this evening at the fair.
Congratulations to this year's Farm Family of the Year, Glade Haven Farm. So last time we looked at FCG-TV's Destination Frederick County, we saw an episode about biking and the bike culture in the county. We saw how bikers enjoy their rides around the beautiful rural roads. Bicyclists can also enjoy a calming ride on the C&O Canal. The 184.5-mile towpath of the CNO Canal includes 15 miles along the southern border of Frederick County. The park is actually the 11th most visited national park, with even more visitors than Yellowstone. Watch this episode to find out more.
Visitors come to Frederick County for hundreds of reasons, but among the favorites are the county's one-of-a-kind outdoor experiences. The Chesapeake and Ohio Canal, known as the C&O Canal National Historical Park today, is one of the most used national parks in the United States, and it winds for 15 miles along Frederick County's southern border. Let's find out what makes this park so special to Frederick County's visitors.
The C&O Canal National Historical Park is a unit of the National Park System, and it's a 184.5-mile footpath that runs from Georgetown in Washington, D.C. to Cumberland, Maryland. The C&O Canal was an important part of the transportation system for about 100 years. The C&O Canal actually makes up the entire southern border of Frederick County, and it's actually the 11th most visited national park in the whole national park system. Out of 423 units, we get over 5 million visitors annually, so it has more visitors than parks like Yellowstone, Grand Canyon, and Rocky Mountain National Park.
Oh, I absolutely love this C&O Canal towpath. I mean, I come here like 3 days a week, and I bike 20, 30 miles
It's a great path to be on. It's shady and it meets a lot of the requirements. You can go 12 miles up to Harper's Ferry, have lunch or an ice cream cone, turn around and come back. You get 24 miles in and it takes about 3.5, 4 hours.
So I love to walk on the C&O Canal. I walk in different sections. I like to take pictures of life, wildlife.
So visitors can use the park in a variety of ways. The towpath itself is popular for people to get out and walk, hike, run, and do bicycling. With the access to the Potomac River, there are a lot of options for paddling and fishing as well.
The C&O Canal is very unique in what it represents. Certainly a plethora of outdoor recreation, but also mixed with history, mixed with the canal towns along the way, and stretching 185 miles. Here in Frederick County, we have 2 different aqueducts, Monocacy Aqueduct and Caducton Aqueduct, as well as a couple of very cool canal towns in Brunswick and Point of Rocks as well.
They have the Brunswick Heritage Museum. Certainly the B&O Railroad is as much of Brunswick's history as the C&O Canal. And so there's a lot to learn about when you're in Brunswick. And there are some really neat places to explore in Brunswick. And then in Point of Rocks, you have the wonderful National Register of Historic Places station, the railroad station, which is one of the most picturesque and most photographed stations in the United States. So we certainly hope that people will get off the towpath long enough to explore those places in Frederick County when they're here. One of the other things that I love about the C&O Canal as I'm walking the towpath is thinking about the convergence of nature and history coming together, and thinking about walking the towpath and all of the great history that happened here as people traveled the canal and used it as a transportation way so many years ago. Not to mention the great Civil War history that happened here, particularly in Frederick County back in the 1860s. So it's just a great place where history and nature come together. We invite you to come out and experience the C&O Canal and all its beauty. It's open 365 days a year, and there are many access points. So come on out and see it for yourself.
All right, go ahead and grab some snacks and something to drink because it's time for a quick break. But we'll be back with more on County Perspective. Welcome back to County Perspective. I'm your host, Brandon Rosa. Before we jump into preschool sports, let's see what four-legged friend is looking for a forever home in this episode's Pet of the Week.
Senior dog Tuna is hard to miss on the adoption floor with his signature hound voice. Tuna loves attention and isn't afraid to ask for it. Once he's got some human companionship though, he quiets down. He wants to be in your lap and receiving tons of pets. Don't let his age fool you though. Tuna is still an active guy who enjoys walks and playing with toys. This hound will be an excellent fit for almost any family, but given his chatty nature, he may not be best suited for apartment living. To learn more about Tuna and our adoption process, call Frederick County Animal Control and Pet Adoption Center at 301-600-1546.
Frederick County Parks and Recreation has sports and programs geared for all ages. And when I say all ages, I mean all ages because now Parks and Rec has a preschool sports league that gets kids ready for their journey in sports. The Preschool Sports League will be the first sport league for almost every participant. Kids get to learn about working as a team, fundamentals in sports, and trusting in adult role models and coaches. Watch this video to find out more.
Welcome to Preschool and Youth Instructional Sports with Frederick County Parks and Recreation. Our instructional classes are designed to introduce the basics of a variety of sports. Classes incorporate drills and familiar backyard games while practicing a new skill. We focus on listening skills like following directions, social skills like sharing and taking turns, trusting in new adult role models, and making new friends. Remember, these classes are not leagues and are designed for kids who have not played a sport or are on a beginner level. For kids who are ready for more, we offer recreational leagues beginning at age 5. Don't forget these important points before your first day of class. All equipment is provided. Label all personal items. Bring a water bottle. Wear comfortable athletic clothing and sneakers. Be sure to sign in and out each week with the coaches. With the exception of our toddler parent-child classes, we encourage you to drop your child off and give them room to explore and play independently. Thank you for your help to make this a successful and fun experience for your child. We'll see you in the parks.
Summer may be over, but Frederick County still has plenty of activities going on that everyone can attend. Check out this episode's calendar of events. If you'd like to find out more about virtual events and programs and activities that are going on in the county, visit frederickcountymd.gov. Let's take a look at some more good news before we wrap up the show. National Hispanic Heritage Month is observed each year from September 15th to October 15th. National Hispanic Heritage Month is a time to celebrate the histories, cultures, and contributions of Americans who came from Mexico, Spain, the Caribbean, and Central and South America. On Sunday, September 18th, community members gathered at Frederick Community College for a National Hispanic Heritage Month recognition event, and County Executive Jan Gardner was there to speak on behalf of the national observation. Let's hear what she had to say.
Frederick County government really has adopted, as part of our Livable Frederick plan, our goal to make sure that our community is a place where everyone can thrive, reach their full potential, share in our prosperity, and feel a sense of belonging in our community.
What we love about October is the beautiful orange and yellow leaves, wearing comfy jackets and sweaters, and Halloween-themed activities. Frederick County Parks and Recreation is keeping it spooky with plenty of things to do towards the end of October. There is Halloween, where you can bring your dog to Ballinger Creek Park and let them run around in a doggy Halloween costume. History Trick or Treat, where participants get to dress up in Halloween costumes while they explore local museums, and Wonderfall at Catoctin Creek Park. If you'd like to find out more about these events and would like to sign up to participate, visit recreator.com. Well, everyone, that is all the time we have left. But before the show is over, if you haven't done so already, follow Frederick County on social media in order to keep up to date on important news and events. We'll see you next time with a fresh look from a county perspective. Take care, everyone.